By you lot have got some fucking stamina, I tell you. Well done, you've been an amazing crowd so far for all the guests, guys. Give yourselves a hand, alright? Alright? Guys, my name is Rob, and I'm a recovering shit magnet. It's been 33 days since my last act of shit magnetism. If any of you don't know what a shit magnet is, hopefully by the end of this you will. Alright? Now, let me tell you a little bit about my 2025, alright? My story begins at midnight, alright? The fireworks are starting to go off, and my wife just turns to us and says, I want a divorce. And I'm like, what the fuck? A million things go through my mind, and race. And the only thought that I could actually stick on was, she better have fucking timed this with the fireworks, for fuck's sakes. Alright? Oh, brutal. So most people fly into the new year thinking, I just want to get fit. I just want to get a new job. And I'm like, I just want to stop crying and answer. Fucking hell. The big shot was a killer, I tell you. Oh, awful. So my best pal, he puts his arm around us like all best pals do. He says, Rob, you got to bounce back soon. You got to get yourself out on the dating game. Get your thinkies, son. You can do this, all right? Now, for any of you that have been out in the dating game in your late 30s, it is fucking ruthless, that stuff. That is fucking awful. It had been a while since I'd done that, and I wasn't ready, all right? The first one that I managed to get over the line, we start heading towards the travel lodge for some good, clean, millennial trauma bonding, all right? And this was a lovely girl from Baga, where seemingly everybody else is set was from tonight. And it's a popular venue, all right? And yeah, so we go there, we open the door to the room, and she's like, get straight on the bed, and I'm like, oi. And then she reaches into her handbag, she pulls out a Toblerone, and I'm like, my kind of fucking girl, snacks. Hey, girl have to be on heart. It wasn't a snack. Another sex toy. Yeah. I am still fucking haunted by the sound it made. Honestly, the fuck me. Thank you guys, honestly, it's fucking terrible. So you know, it's one of those things. So anyway, I regroup, I move, alright? So then all of a sudden I get an inbox, alright, from a lady from Sunderland. And you know, when you just look at it, you think, ooh. You just think somebody's a bit visually stinky, alright? You just think, nah, even as a shit magnet, I've got to get this one miss, alright? If I wanted to itch for a week, I'd roll around in loft insulation, do you know what I mean? It's safer, alright? Oh, you know, it was rough out there, guys, it was rough. I earned me fucking stripes, though. I earned me stripes, alright? I tell you what, it's slim pickings when you adopt a Winnie the Pooh build, but I went for it anyway, alright? So yeah, guys, I sort of bounced back to and fro, and I finally nailed it. I met the one, I met Cheryl, alright? And fuck me, Cheryl was outstanding. We instantly vibed, we clicked, we were moving, we were fucking grooving, alright? And most importantly, we were Hogwarts House compatible, alright? Oh. And I tell you what, things couldn't have been going better, alright? They could not have been going better, alright? We just bounced back and forwards for weeks and weeks, and then finally, the big day arrived, alright? The big day arrived, the crucial first date, and I thought, don't fuck this up, Rob. So I'm nervous, you know, pops on a few sprays of Paco Rabanne, freshens myself up, ready for the big day, and then I got the message that I really had been dreading all along. Can I have some money for travel fare? And I thought, oh no, I don't want a minute. The shit magnet radar started going off, and a few quick probing questions later, I find out Cheryl's not Cheryl. Cheryl's fucking Raj from Mumbai. Raj from Mumbai, who's an advanced fee fraud scammer. That's really hard to say when you fucking stand in a crowd like this. So, there we go. That's what I thought. So I'm absolutely fucking furious, alright? I rings Raj, I gives them both barrels down the phone, I set the full kitchen sink, I'm in a chance, the fucking lot. I was furious, alright? But it was fury peppered with heartbreak. Alright? So my pal, again, he puts his arm around us. At this point, I don't even think he's helping. But he puts his arm around us, and he says, Rob, you've been through a lot this year, son. He says, you need some therapy. I says, right, okay, fair enough. I'll give it a go. So I get to the therapist. And after about an hour of some really magnolia talk, she hits me with a closing line, which is, Rob, you just need to look at these events with a growth mindset, alright? And I thought, I better pay attention. Because she's got burnt incense in the corner, it smells expensive in here, alright? So pay attention, Rob, you've put 50 sheets down this, just do what she says. So maybe I took things too literally, but I ran Raj back, alright? So I get some phone. I says, Raj, at this point, son, growth mindset. You're the closest I've got to the love of my life right now. And after all, we are still Hogwarts house compatible, just a couple of little Hufflepuffs up against the world, alright? So anyway, we back and forth a bit, we actually great crack. And to be honest, he's a lovely fella. Lovely fella. Terrible morals, but a lovely fella, alright? So anyway, he starts fucking chewing the fat with us, and he says, Rob, he says, you used to, like, you know, work in sales and things like that. He says, can you give us, like, any feedback, any hints and tips on me scamming, on me catfishing? I says, well, go on then, yeah, you know. So we back and forth, and I give him a few one-liners, a little bit of script. And he says, all right, brilliant. And we part ways, all right? And I just think, well, there you go. For the karma of the situation, we've ended things quite nicely, all right? A week passes. Raj is back on the phone. He says, Rob, that feedback was fucking phenomenal, son. He says, I'm a scammer of the week in Mumbai. He says, they've just given us an award. He says, it's phenomenal. So thereabouts, I end up, you know, creating a super catfisher. And it's one of those things, it's like a really, really like proud moment, but it's like equal parts pride, equal parts shame, just like your first wank. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, clearly a lot of wankers in the other night. So it's one of those things where I'm like, he's like, Rob, it was so good, so effective what you said. Can you help out the rest of the lads? Can you help out Gurjit? Can you help out Singh? Can you help out Shuddin? I said, you know what it is? He said, just good honest lads, trying to earn a living. Of course I will. Of course I will, I'll give you a hand. So, you know, 2 weeks go by and I almost become the fucking David Brent of catfishing at this point, alright? I'm doing daily team calls, I'm setting them KPIs, we're tracking progress, we're going to the fucking moon, alright? Because I don't do things by halves, alright? If I'm going to play to win, alright? Now I thought I was just being helpful, alright? Interpol didn't agree. They did not agree, alright? They think I'm quite a tinker. So that brings us to the fact that this isn't actually my only public appearance of December 2025. My second appearance is actually at Newcastle Crown Court next week, where apparently I'm now the spearhead of an international sextortion ring, but you know what it is. It is what it is, alright, we move. Guys, you know what it is, you've got to sometimes just look at things with a growth mindset, alright? I might have just been sent out in 2025 looking for love, but I've actually just became the first Brit whose rebound fling turned into a 12.4 billion organised crime syndicate, alright? And if that's not a shit right that I do